from Paul Schwartz of the New York Post, Bill Belichick on Joe Judge. Joe's done an outstanding job. He's an excellent coach. He understands the game well, works extremely hard, and is a very good teacher of fundamentals. Joe picks up concepts and coaching points quickly. He's an exceptional leader and one of the best coaches I have been around. He's been responsible for coaching units comprised of nearly every player on the roster. That requires an ability to handle many moving parts, make constant adjustments, and immediate decisions.
Now, it's so easy to disregard that as, well, what is he going to say? Is he going to kill
He doesn't have to go
his
overboard.
own coach? He had been with him for almost a decade, so obviously why would you criticize somebody that was on your staff for that long? But if you remember, Mike Holmgren didn't have the greatest things to say about Shermer.
No.
When the Giants hired him. So it isn't unheard of that a coach could give a backwards compliment, left-handed compliment, if you will, and not really give a full endorsement. It has been possible before, so I guess you take it, right?
This is from the Giants, Nick Saban on Judge. Quote, Joe did a fantastic job for our program early on in our tenure in Tuscaloosa. He wanted to have a lot of success on Bill's staff in New England. Joe is one of the brightest young coaches in our profession, and I think he will do a tremendous job as the head coach of the New York Giants. They are getting an extremely smart football coach who's very loyal, organized, and diligent about getting the job done. We wish Joe and his entire family the best of luck with the Giants. Would you say...
he was like the tech. He like went and fixed the Nick Saban's America Online account. He was not exactly...
a possibility before that quote, he had to be reminded of who he was.
Yeah.
That's just rude.
I mean...
Do you believe that Joe Judge is more of the tree of Nick Saban or Bill Belichick? Now, you could say, well, Saban is off the tree of Belichick, but Joe Judge seems like he's a Saban guy first.
I think he's Belichick tree adjacent. I don't think. I mean,
there's been one
probably closer
over
than
500
Vrabel.
coach. Yeah, Vrabel's
Closer
a
than
player.
Vrabel.
He's not on his coaching tree. I don't buy
Right.
that.
But everybody has him on the coaching tree.
So Aaron Boone is the Yankee manager. Is he off Joe Torre's coaching tree?
Well,
No.
then the same logic would apply then, right?
Right. No, he's not.
Now, there's a difference between Boone and Vrabel. Vrabel spent his entire career in New England.
Right.
As opposed to Boone bouncing around and spend all of his time with Joe Torre. But still, it's a coach as opposed to a player.
Absolutely. That's ridiculous. He's not out of the coaching tree.
And I don't know if
buy that at
Vrabel,
all.
when he played, was thinking, boy, I'm going to try to consume everything I can because I plan on being a head coach someday. Maybe he did. I don't know. But I think as a player, he's probably focused on the game plan and getting through that game.
Where was he an assistant, though? He didn't go from just player to Tennessee Titans. He was with Houston. So that's Bill O'Brien he was with, which is Belichick's coaching tree. But I still don't say that.
It's a
I don't look
Jace.
at. Thank you. It's a Jace. It's a Jace. And again, anybody that's telling you for sure exactly what Joe Judge is, they're being phony. Nobody knows.
And also, I take it back. He didn't spend his entire career in New England. He spent 3 years in Pittsburgh and closed out his career 2 seasons in Kansas City. He was at Ohio State as a linebackers coach, then a defensive line coach. He was with the Texans for 3 seasons as a linebacker coach, and then graduated a 4th season to the defensive coordinator, and then became the head coach of the Titans.
By the way, but there it is again. Still that year at coordinator.
Yeah, it almost seems like a rite of passage,
It's almost
right? Like you got to
always-
give me at least a year.
Yeah, at coordinator.
Right.
Like that's how it feels. Alabama, he was special teams assistant, and he also did like I mean, okay. I'm sure Nick loved him. Big time.
Well, he must have, because
Played a
Nick
huge role.
Saban and Bill Belichick are extremely close. So for Belichick to hire him off Nick Saban's staff, Nick Saban had no who
he
he
at
was.
least liked him, yes. Yeah, that's
Had
true.
to like him a lot.
That's fair.
So we'll see. We'll see what the Giants did. How they got there, I think it's sloppy. I think it's somewhat sketchy. But they got there to a guy that they think is going to be special. We'll see if he's special. But he does have something going against him. This team's not yet ready to win.
Which might be a good thing.
Yeah, but it's not going to be a good thing in the court of public opinion, Don.
Well, no, I don't. I think anybody would be ridiculous to go from killing the guy, who is this? All right, go out there and win me 10 games. All right, this is still a
Well, that's
team
what Jet fans
that won
did.
4 games.
They hated Adam Gase getting hired, and then when he was 1-7, they wanted him fired.
Well, because I think they looked at the schedule, they looked at the winnable games, and at least this was a coach that had been to the playoffs in Miami. They might not like the hire, but at least he had a little experience. Maybe you want to get overly optimistic, but I think Giant fans, if you're going to pan it, you're coming off a 4-win season. You're coming off a year in which you had 12 wins in 3 years, right? That's combined, 3 years. Worst team in football over the last 3 years. Now you're going to be clamoring for a 10, 11-win season when you've got the Eagles in your division You got the Cowboys in your division. I mean, look at the coaches you have in your division.
No, I get it.
Right?
But
So-
you had an opportunity to hire one of those coaches, both of those coaches.
And so that's what I'm saying. So the Giant fans probably down on the hire. You think 3 months from now, all of a sudden they're going to think they're going to be a 10-win team? Now let's see what they do with free agency. They've got some cap space, and then the growth of the quarterback. But we're going to have to wait and see. They're going to have to do some special things in free agency to all of a sudden think this team is going to go from 4 wins to 10 and competing to go to the playoffs. So maybe by getting an inexperienced coach buys them a year where fans will be like, all right, well, let's wait and see. Let's grow into something here rather than the last 3 seasons the Giants played were miserable seasons. All those seasons, you went in with expectations they were going to go to the playoffs. They were telling you they were going to be a playoff team. Mm-hmm. I don't think they could be able to tell you this year that anybody's going to buy it.
But let's say they have a horrendous season. Because, again, they have a young roster. We'll see how Gettleman spends the money. That's been a weakness for him. The draft has been a strength. But if they have a team that starts off like, let's say, 0-8, you don't think that they're going to say, they got the wrong guy. They might not expect a 12-win season.
I would think most fans, and usually it's lazy, they're going to blame the coach. Especially if you go 0-8, Michael, that would be, I don't think they're going to be that bad of a football team, but I guess it's possible. But you also have to see how it plays out. Does he look lost? Is he not calling timeouts? Is he butchering play calling? Or is it just that we don't have the talent to be good? I don't know. Are they going to improve this offensive line? What are they going to do defensively? They were miserable defensively last year.
And a lot of it has to do with who is he going to hire as coordinators? He's 38 years old. So does he have the gravitas to bring in a Wade Phillips? Does he have the gravitas to bring in a Jason Garrett? Does he have the connections to reach out to established coaches and get them to be part of his staff? That's going to be a part of it.